Sir, I request can I start the event?
Yes, please. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. The vision must be followed by the venture. It is not enough to stir up the steps. We must step the stairs. गुड इवनिंग, नमस्कार आप सभी को मेरा। मैं शुभांगी श्रीवास्तव, स्टेट प्रोजेक्ट कोऑर्डिनेटर उत्तर प्रदेश एंड यू रिपोर्टर ग्लोबल एम्बेसडर फ्रॉम इंडिया। आप सभी का हमारे फाइनल वेबिनार में ग्रैंड डे ऑफ एसडीजी यानी कि सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल में अपने होस्ट और अपनी सीनियर मिस्टर केके के साथ आप सभी का वेलकम करती हूँ।
Thank you, Shubhangi. It's very nice, and I'm very excited to see you and all the other dignitaries on screen. Hello, everyone. I am Kekrisel Huteño from Nagaland State of the Northeastern region of India. And yes, I'm very excited, and we welcome everyone here on Zoom webinar and YouTube to this final day of the series of webinars on Sustainable Development Goals with the theme of I am a global citizen, powered by the Bharat Scouts and Guides India. Having said that, can I have the honor of requesting all the dignitaries that are present here and the panelists, attendees to kindly rise up, stand up for the general salute followed by our BSG prayer. Shall we all rise up? We will have a general salute. Webinar, general salute, salute. जैसे थे।
दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना, दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना, हमारे ध्यान में आओ प्रभु, आँखों में बस जाओ, अंधेरे दिल में आकर के परम ज्योति जगा देना, बहा दो प्रेम की गंगा, दिलों में प्रेम का सागर, हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना, हमारा कर्म हो सेवा, हमारा धर्म हो सेवा, सदा ईमान हो सेवा, वो सेवक चर बना देना, वतन के वास्ते जीना, वतन के वास्ते मरना, वतन पर जान फिदा करना, प्रभु हमको सिखा देना, दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना, दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना।
Thank you all. I request everyone to please be seated. So, in honor of all the incredible global citizens who have blazed a trail forward, both in the past and present, I heartily welcome all the honorable guests, respected BSG officials, and my beloved young people to the grand and the last day of the webinar series on SDG. Now, moving ahead, I extend my heartfelt welcome to a very honorable person, respected Sri Analil Sharma Sir, ATNAR BSG, India, to please deliver the welcome address and also please brief us with the webinar report. Thank you, sir. The screen is yours.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Very good evening, all participants of the webinar in Zoom as well as in our YouTube channel. Welcome to the closing ceremony of this webinar, I am a Global Citizen. It has been intensive 4 days, productive, fruitful, wonderful webinar. For last 7 days, we attend from 7 to 13 June. And today we are here to conclude our event. We have achieved a lot and very glad to see so many people in this closing ceremony. Honorable today's guest, our office bearers, professional. On behalf of all these participants and staff and team, BSG for SDG, welcome you all. Our heartiest welcome to our Honorable Chief National Commissioner, Bharat Scout and Guide, Dr. K.K. Khandeval sir, all the office bearers of Bharat Scout and Guide. We extend our heartiest welcome to our very senior leader, Sri PGR Sindhya, Secretary General of President in Council and State Chief Commissioner of Karnataka, who himself an institution of knowledge, who lead this young generation, and we can see the scouting under his leadership, actively working in Karnataka and in national level too. Welcome you, sir. We welcome our Honorable Director, Bharat Scout and Guide, Sri Rajkumar Kausikji, who is the inspiration for all the professional team of Bharat Scout and Guide National Headquarters and all the young people follow your guidance. We welcome you, sir. Our heartiest welcome to all the office bearers of Bharat Scout and Guide, all the state officials, all the viewers of these webinars, and also extended heartiest welcome to all the professional team of Bharat Scout and Guide National Headquarters. We welcome the team members of BSG for SDG who are working day and night to make this event a memorable one. Once again, welcome one and all present here. Now I would like to give a brief report of the webinar in front of you, all the participants and all the distinguished dignitaries of Bharat Scout and Guide who are present here now. I am a Global Citizen, a series of webinar on sustainable development goals designed specially to orient the members of Bharat Scout and Guide and guide to adopt SDG as per the niche of the community and give exposure to the members of Bharat Scout and Guide who are already working on sustainable development goals in their community from 7 to 13 June from 4 to 5 p.m. If we see the history of scouting from the experimental camp in Brownsea Island, scouting closely connected with SDGs. SDG is not new for scouts and guides. Young people around the world are transforming their communities by taking action for peace and sustainability. The members of Bharat Scout Guide also contributed lots in the field of community service and community development. For this, Bharat Scout and Guide always recognize in the community, or you may say the impact of BSG is everywhere in the nation, especially during this pandemic, we can see that our scouts and guides are active all the parts of this country. In last year, during the webinar on Better World Framework, a short input session on Sustainable Development Goal was delivered. Our members were working in various places on different SDGs. To make it more constructive, more visible, this time National Headquarters took initiative to conduct this webinar only on Sustainable Development Goals. The webinar was inaugurated by Dr. Ranoj Pegu, Honorable Minister of Education, Welfare of Plain Tribes and Backward Classes on 7 June at 4 p.m. in the august presence of the distinguished office bearers of Bharat Scout and Guide. The first session of this webinar, Scouts for SDG, delivered by Sri Madhusudan A.S., Deputy International Commissioner of Scout and OZOM consultant in OZOM point of view. Resource speakers from WEX taken session on WEX and SDG, and it gives me immense pleasure that WEX selected staff member to share the activities on SDG from Bharat Scout and Guide. Ankita Pandey from NF Railway delivered session along with WEX team in the day 2 of this webinar. Madam Neha Shaw, Director and CEO, Dam and Earl LLP, co-founder, Board of Directors, YSI, deliver a very important session on young people in implementation of Sustainable Development Goal on day 3. Professor Aniruddha Deshpande, Assistant Professor, College of Engineering, Osmanabad, Solapur, Maharashtra, and Madam Shweta Sinde, Project Assistant, UNDP India, taken session, Role of Young People in Sustainable Environment and Quality Education on day 4. Mr. Jiban Babu, IAS, State Chief Commissioner of Kerala State, Bharat Scout and Guide, and Director of General Education, Government of Kerala, taken a very important session, implementation of SDG in community development and role of Scouts and Guide on day 5 of this webinar. After getting information from resource speakers, especially about implementation of Sustainable Development Goals by the participant, we are very lucky to have our own Executive Director Krishna Sami R, who guide the participant how BSG can support in the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals and choose the right SDG as per need of community on day 6, where our Deputy National Commissioner of Rovers, Mr. Jitesh Seth, deliver a very informative information about online youth membership, and our Assistant Director, Eastern Region, Bablu Goswami, inform how to register for it, which was a big question. Most of the participants, how they can get the UID for our website. The webinar is blessed by our Honorable Additional Chief National Commissioner, M.A. Khalid sir, Dr. Pankaj Mittal ma'am, National Commissioner Ranger, Dr. J.C. Mohanty, IS retired, International Commissioner Scout, Madam Amelia Sawyer, International Commissioner Guide, Dr. Srimati V. Vijayalakshmi, National Commissioner Guide, and other distinguished office bearers and state officials. About 2.5K viewers followed this webinar regularly. That is very important that our members are getting information through this webinar. The webinar also create an opportunity to the members of Bharat Scout and Guide to expose their action on Sustainable Development Goals through short presentation by young people, which can motivate others to adopt Sustainable Development Goal in their community. After the webinar, participants are going to adopt sustainable development goals to the community, and it will followed by a team BSG for SDG. And I request all the office bearers and our directors to create a platform in our website like SDG Hub in Ozone platform. We appeal to all the viewers of the webinar to use the knowledge gained from this webinar and adopt relevant SDG to their community. Take a place, share it in the social media so that other people can influence from your action. All are requested to fill the feedback from two. We also request to keep continue support from NSQ. Please connect with team SDG for BSG through WhatsApp or mail. Further, we request to our National Youth Committee for regular follow-up through state and district youth committee so that we can support the action on sustainable development goals taken by our member in different places. Since youth only can change the society. I request IT team again to share the link of feedback from so that our participant of this webinar can fill it and support us to create more webinar and better way to transform knowledge through this virtual platform. Once again, I convey my sincere gratitude to all distinguished guests and members present in this webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Analindra, the Assistant Director for Northeast Region, for warmly welcoming all of us, all the panelists, the attendees from the webinar, as well as from YouTube into this final segment of the series of webinars on SDG, I am a global citizen, and for giving us such a very sweet, enlightening report on the SDGs. I am proud, and we are proud to be part of this global happening on the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you once again, sir, for welcoming us. Every grand finale or every final program does not suffice us when we do not have a reflection on what we have done or what we have learned so far. And for this, I would like to present a reflection or video on our SDGs. I request our dynamic IT team to kindly show us a reflection video. Thank you so much, IT team. It was such a sweet video, such a soothing video that you have presented to us. I can feel the knowledge of goosebump through that video presentation. Thank you once again for awakening us, for refreshing us with that reflection. I hope everyone watching this through YouTube, through the webinars, are pleased and happy to refresh our mind once again through those 6 days of the webinars that we have attended till today, the final day. Thank you so much, IT team, once again. It was really a wonderful journey, and the way you have reflected was so much appreciable.
Exactly, Mr. KK. That video is like, wow, what we did and comes in like in just front of us. Now, before moving ahead, I would like to request my so active participants that the feedback form link is already given to you in the chat box. And yes, one more thing and very important thing, that the feedback link is considered with your report, the webinar report. It is mandatory to fill that report. Yes, आपको जो आपकी वेबिनार रिपोर्ट है उसे फीडबैक फॉर्म में डालना जरूरी है, क्योंकि आप जब तक उसको फिलअप नहीं करेंगे आपको आपका सर्टिफिकेट रिसीव नहीं हो पाएगा. सो मूविंग अहेड, जैसे कि अभी किकी सर ने हमें एक बहुत अच्छी, किकी सर और टीम ने हमें बहुत अच्छी वीडियो दिखाई, हमारी रिफ्लेक्शन वीडियो ऑफ 6 डे वेबिनार्स. सो इसी के साथ थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ते हैं. किकी सर, कैन वी कॉल द फ्यू पार्टिसिपेंट्स, द विनर ऑफ द क्विज एंड द पार्टिसिपेंट्स, कि हमारे पास हमारे साथ आए और हमसे कुछ बातचीत करें?
Yes,
Can we call?
sure, why not?
Okay, so now I would like to invite Miss Preeti Upadhyay, Shashank Dwarkanath Murki and Dakshanand Indumati, ताकि अब हम उनसे उनकी जुबान जान सके कि उनका ये 7 दिन का सफर कैसा रहा.
Okay, right, Subhangi. It was very nice of you, very nice of them to turn up for this. We have seen the reflection on the videos. We want to see the reflection on our participants as well, and they are here. And with the very limited time we have, we will be having a short interaction with 2-3 of them on screen. First, I would like to call Mr. Sashank Dwarakanath Murki from Karnataka State. If Mr. Sashank is online, can we please have him on screen so that our participants can also see who he is. He is very active scout member from the southern region of Karnataka State. He has already won the quiz twice. That is on the 2nd day and 6th day, he has won the quiz twice. So congratulations, Sashank Dwarakanath Murki, for achieving the feat. So are you online, Mr. Sashank?
Yes, so thank you.
Okay, it was nice to have you on screen. How are you feeling now? I hope you are really boosted attending all the series of webinar. I guess you're attending it regularly and enjoying the webinar.
The webinars are extremely informative. At the same time, it's interactive and enjoyable. So that is the driving factor for many youths like me to become a part of this wonderful webinar.
Great. So let me ask you one or two simple questions so that you can speak the voice, you can speak the mind and heart of the other hundreds and thousands of participants who are out there. So my first question I would like to know is what inspired you, or what are the inspirations behind you registering for this webinar? This is not just one single webinar, but this is a series of webinar. It is a 7-day webinar. It is not an easy job to be registered and attending this consistently. So what is your main inspiration drive behind you attending and registering this webinar?
So this webinar, called I Am a Global Citizen, is based on the theme of Sustainable Development Goals. So this in turn made me develop an irresistible interest towards it. I was ecstatic on gaining knowledge pertaining to Sustainable Development Goals, its importance, implementation, and challenges towards its achievement. The webinar was inclined towards incorporation of sustainability which propelled me to actively become a part of this webinar. So this is the inspiration for me to become a part of this wonderful webinar.
Great, great. There are such a motivational lines that you have said. I hope all the other participants also agree with you and they are motivated and inspired the same way as you did. Now, my next question will be like, what are your views on the Sustainable Development Goals before the webinar? What were your thoughts before attending this webinar? And now today we are on the final day of the webinar. What are your thoughts on this SDG after attending this webinar?
So I had the basic idea of what sustainable development goals are before attending the webinar, but I was minimally indulged in contributing towards the sustainable development goals. But post attending the webinar, I have gained in-depth knowledge about the webinar, upon which the webinar concentrated on various implementable methodologies, which in turn enables me to not only educate myself, but educate others and maximize my contribution towards the sustainable development goals. The webinar has induced a sense of responsibility in me towards achieving the sustainable development goals by 2030 and remaining active in this organization. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you, Mr. Shashank. It was really nice having you on screen and sharing your piece of thought with us and with our other friends. And very, I could truly say that you have gained two things that I have picked up on your words, that it's the in-depth knowledge that you have gained through this webinar and the responsibility that you have learned that you need to shoulder some responsibility basing on the SDGs. So thank you so much. I hope our other participants along with you will be taking up new projects in the future days to come after attending this webinar. Thank you, Sashan, once again. And over to Shubhangi, if we have other participants on screen. The time is yours. Enjoy.
Thank you, KK, and thank you, Shashank. That was actually what I felt also. That was so wonderful. Now, I request Preeti and Dakshana to please come over. I request my team to please spot on them. Hi, Dakshana. How's you?
Hi, hello.
So I hope you enjoyed the webinar.
I definitely did.
Okay, so we are just interacting. I have a very wonderful or interesting question with you. Would you like to give an answer?
Sure, I'll love to.
Okay, so as we know that if we watch a movie, we have some favorite part of it, right? So for like this, we gone through with 6 days of this webinar. So can you please let us know what is the favorite part of yours?
So yes, as you exactly pointed out, we've been having this webinar series for almost a week now. And some of the aspects that I like or love about the webinar are firstly, the parts about the people from the movement, the fellow scouts and guides sharing their own works, projects. I'm not sure if the impact would have been the same without these experience sharing sessions from our very own, someone from among us. So yeah, because having people amongst us sharing something resonates more with us and whatever we've been discussing so far about all the goals and all the targets and how they've been contributing, how we can contribute. Also, another major thing that came to my mind when I hear you say what do you like the most is one quote: practice what you preach. So throughout the webinar, the team succeeded in almost having an equal representation among males and females. And I also observed that when the quiz leaderboard was on screen, the members who were conducting referred to the person by saying, "We will contact them," or "Our team will contact him or her." It was something I loved because I've been at the receiving end of being referred to as sir or a he because I held a position that was higher or of a head. So yeah, so these are some of the things that I loved about this webinar that we've been having for the past 6 days.
Wow, that sounds really, really interesting and great. And that's actually what I felt too. Like this webinar is a type of an equality webinar, kind of. Okay. So, as you said that you love this webinar, you learned a lot. So, I would like to go with my next question. How you gonna use this webinars, techniques, ideas, knowledge in your future plans?
So yes, so one thing that I've been thinking about a lot has been creating awareness about sexual harassment, which has been highly stigmatized, and there's so much of victim shaming around it. So now, with the experience that I've got from the experience, how to conduct a project, how to start, where to start, rather than just having an idea. Now I have something that I can go with, and I also have an opportunity to talk to people about it, be it my fellow scouts and guides, my college mates, schoolmates, family members. So I think this, every time I log into scout.org, it asks me for a tag, and I put education for and about sustainable development, and I think that this can be carried out.
Okay, that's so nice of you, Dakshina. I really enjoyed the interaction with you, and I hope to see you soon in many other webinars like this only. And a very, very congratulations to you. I have seen that you won the quiz as well. That's a very impressive thing. And moving ahead, thank you so much,
Thank
Dakshina.
you, and
I
it is
hope
an
to see you
honor
soon.
being here. Thank you.
That's for us also. Now I would like to request Miss Preeti to please come up.
Hello,
Hi Preeti, how's you?
fine.
Okay, so Preeti, as we are going with an interaction, I would like to go with you with the first question. Would you get in that question? Like, would you like to answer it?
Yes,
Okay, thank you, Preeti. So Preeti, this is the 7-day webinar, the SDG webinar changed a lot everyone's life, as we heard the Saksham as well as the Dakshana also, and many people around us. So what is the impact this SDG webinar, the impact made in your lifestyle? Would you like to tell us?
बिल्कुल। इस वेबिनार ने बहुत ही सकारात्मक प्रभाव डाला है मेरी दिनचर्या पर। अब मैं अपने आसपास जो चीजें मौजूद हैं उनके बारे में और ज्यादा देखती हूँ, और प्लांटेशन हुआ या फिर बच्चों को पढ़ाना हुआ, शिक्षा प्रदान करना हुआ, जल संरक्षण की बात हुई, इन सब चीजों पे मैं अब और विचार करती हूँ। मैंने एक कोशिश भी की है एक छोटी सी वीडियो बनाकर, ताकि मैं जल को किस तरीके से साफ कर सकते हैं बहुत छोटी छोटी चीजों से वो बता सकूं, ताकि गरीबी में या बाढ़ की कंडीशन में भी हम साफ पानी पी सकें। मैंने कोशिश की है कि मैं छोटे छोटे बच्चों को शिक्षा प्रदान कर सकूं और उनके पेरेंट्स से भी बात कर सकूं, ताकि स्कूल से उनके घर का जो फासला है वो खत्म हो सके।
वाओ, ये बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है सुन के कि जब हम कुछ सीखते हैं तो उसको हम अपने तक नहीं रखते, उसको हम आगे बढ़ाते हैं। और मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि आपने इसको करने के लिए ये सब सोचा। आई वुड रियली अप्रिशिएट योर एफर्ट्स। सो प्रीति, मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आपसे ये है कि जैसे कि अभी आपने बोला कि आप वीडियोस करेंगे, आप लोगों को करेंगे, तो एज अ गाइड, एज अ रेंजर, एज अ लीडर, आप कैसे, और इसको जैसे आपने वीडियोस क्रिएट करा है, आपने इतना सब कुछ किया है, पैंडेमिक चल रहा है, थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम आता है, सो व्हाट आर दी अदर वेज, और कौन से ऐसे तरीके हैं जो आप कन्विंस करना चाहेंगे अपने फ्रेंड्स को, फैमिलीज को, अदर स्काउटिंग मेंबर्स को?
पैंडेमिक तो है, लेकिन फिर भी हम कनेक्टेड हैं लोगों से। मैं अगर अपने घर में प्लांटेशन कर रही हूँ या अपने घर में 4 बच्चों को शिक्षा प्रदान करने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ, तो मैं उसको फेसबुक पे पोस्ट कर सकती हूँ, अदर सोशल नेटवर्किंग साइट्स पे पोस्ट कर सकती हूँ। ये इस चीज को देखकर बाकी लोग भी प्रभावित होंगे और इन चीजों से जुड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे।
Thank you so much, Preeti. It was an honor to be in interaction with you. Now I hand over to Mr. KK. Please take this.
Thank you, Shubhangi. It was really nice interacting with our participants, our quiz winners, our youngsters who are so eager to learn new things and experiment new things and do something for the society. So congratulations to all 3 of them, and congratulations to you as well. Now moving on, we have been interacting. Now let us hear from a very responsible youngster. He is someone who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way. So it is my immense pleasure to introduce and welcome one of the epitome of inspiration, Mr. Mohammed Abrar Sharif from the Southern region. the presentation on the voice of the youth of SDG. I call on screen Mr. Mohammed Abrar Sharif. Time is yours.
Thank you so much, KK, for such a heartwarming note. Yeah, so without wasting more of time, I have a small presentation to share with all the youngsters out there. It has two things in that, which is how to use the SDG 17 and apply your skills with a partnership, and secondly, how to get rid of plastics and what all things I have been doing here with our community. So moving quickly to the presentation. I hope it's visible.
Clearly.
Thank you. So my journey began when I attended the very first National Youth Forum 2018, and where I was introduced about the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, how there are 17 different SDGs that together can create a huge change and restore the planet Earth. And I got to know how we can actually, what are things we have been doing and how to actually do it in a structure, how to put our more creative ways to get them fulfilled in a very efficient way. All this began here. So let us know about the plastics we use. If you have observed, every plastic bottle has this triangle, every plastic container for that matter, this triangle saying different types of plastic, what they are of. Like the PVC, we know that they are used mostly for the pipes, PVC pipes, polypropylene for the bins, and mostly the 7, it's the water can, which most of us depend right at this moment. But the very common one is the polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, so PET, the PET bottles which is told, are very easily recyclable, but unfortunately people are not aware of it, and they end up littering or just leaving it away, mostly in the railway stations we find. But guess what? It has a huge, impact to the pollution.
We work for plastic, and this is the plastic we are giving to.
So recently, the scouts from VO Chidambaram Scout Group took a hike and overnight camp to Tada Waterfalls. And what they did was they walked for like a 5-kilometer distance and collected all the different plastics which you can see down there. They are all the 7 types of plastics. Fortunately, we were guided with the plastic tighteners content that we were able to segregate them and actually send them for recycle, whichever goes for recycle, and the other ones to dump in responsibly. Okay, in plastic tighteners, what can I do? You can see on the screen. It's a challenge which is global youth movement to fight plastic pollution, and it is designed to inspire young adults, because youngsters out there have been doing phenomenal job, different ways of coming out with different ways of creative manner to get rid of plastics, sharing about the alternatives and whatnot. So who can participate? You as an individual, आप अकेले भी इसको कर सकते हो. पर मोटिव क्या था? No to single use plastics mainly. और आप अपने ग्रुप्स में कर सकते हो. ये आपका स्कूल हो सकता है, ये आपका स्काउट का ग्रुप हो सकता है, ट्रूप हो सकता है, या फिर कोई भी कम्युनिटी जिससे आप जुड़े हो. As an individual and in a group. As an individual, the plastic tighteners, they say, if you are in youth of 11 to 35 years of age, आप 11 से 35 साल के अंदर हो, तो और आपको एक डिजायर है, इच्छा है डिफरेंस लाने का, तो you can register here. Let's turn every I into a V. एक से एक साथ. Then in partnership, so that is where the second part says, when you are in a group, the challenge is open to eco clubs, institutions, groups who wish to take the challenge and team up. You can register in the plastic been doing here in Chennai, along with my community, is a Walk for Plastic family. So I have been there for the Environment Day. I have been there with my scouts for a hike. I have been collecting, segregating plastics at home because lockdown happened during that time. So these are just a very little number of pictures. We have got a community on the right side, if you can see. I have got different people from different job professions who desire to do the same and create a better world. So here you also can see, it says we have successfully recycled 14 tons, यानी कि 14,000 kilo. And let us watch a video. So if you have seen it carefully, जो भी वहां पर बना हुआ था, it is done with the arts and craft, which is the basic skill we have been learning from school. हम स्कूल से देखते आ रहे हैं कि कैसे कला हर चीज को इतनी सुंदरता से बता सकती है. तो जो आप पीछे देख रहे हैं अभी, वो एक बहुत बड़ा क्रिसमस का ट्री हम लोगों ने बनाया. जो भी बॉटल्स आप उधर देख रहे हैं, वो सब कुछ हमने रोड से पिक किया था while our walk. तो हम लोगों ने जो भी प्लास्टिक से बनाया था, these are around 14,000 bottles. With moving on, so that clearly shows how we have wasted so much money without recycling.
Wait, I'm not done yet. I also wanted to show you the final of my collection, which is going to the recycle process. So I want to tell you that the Plastic Titles Challenge is a phenomenal idea where you can actually work on single-use plastics, know more about why not to use them, how to reduce them, know the alternatives, and how to send them for recycle. I wish you all the very best. Cheers. My collection, which is going to the recycle.
So those are the plastics which I was able to collect on my own inside our society during the weekends, during the evening walks and whatnot. So of course, COVID time, how would you do this, Abrar? I was well equipped with my gloves, with my sanitizer, of course, and the mask you can see on the video. So that's how you can create small things into a huge impact. On the top left corner, if you see all types of plastics, but once it is gone to the old mart, you make huge. So thank you so much, KK, for bringing me in, and I wish everyone a very happy evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abrar. That was a really inspiring, creative, and very interactive video, a session, a presentation by you. And I hope this will lead so many participants here to do a plastic walk with you as well in different parts of the country. So now I request Mr. KK to please take the webinar.
Okay, thank you, Shubhangi. Thank you, Mr. Abrar. Due to constraint of time, you have quickly wrap up your presentation, but it was a very inspirational one. Once again, thank you. May I now take this privilege of inviting one of the national youth icon who has been an inspiration, who has been inspiring to many young people, young youths of the BHG India. Yes, I'm talking about our very own Deputy International Commissioner of Scouts of the Bharat Scout and Guide India, Sri Madhusudan Avala, sir. I kindly call on screen Mr. Madhusudan, sir, to throw up some lights on the session of the SDGs, wrap-up session on the SDGs.
Thank you very much, KK, and good evening to everybody present here in the webinar. As KK rightly pointed out before giving it to me that we have a constraint of time, I would like to keep this wrap up as short as possible and would like to conclude it in less than 2-3 minutes. That's what I would like to do here. Friends, we all heard from wide variety of issues that SDG could cover. And probably not all our wishes can be fulfilled if you want to reach a compelling, concise, action-oriented set of goals. But still, as we started the journey of sustainable development goal in Bharat Scouts and Guides, way back during the first National Youth Forum that was held in Bangalore 4 years before, the journey has continued from there. But I would not say that this is the end of the journey, as the video rightly ended telling that this is a great start. Yes, this is the time we all have to start again. And friends, you would have exactly remembered when there was a session taken by Krishnaswamy sir, how SDGs are relevant to scouting. That is something we have to recall. The priorities, the key intergovernment agreements that we have, and the agenda in front of us for 2030. Several of you have presented your specific priority area of work during the last 6 days of the webinar. This itself shows that how if one can get concerned to the issues around our community, issues around our society, and we get involved to it. There is a lot of critical importance that we can give to different levels of development, sustainable consumption and production, which is very, very critical importance. I was just interacting to our Secretary General of Bharat Scouts and Guides, Mr. P.J. Sindhya, this afternoon, and he brought out a very good thought inside my mind. Like when we waste a lot of food, do we think what is the cost of production of 1 kilogram of food? This is something I started to wonder this afternoon. The amount of input that goes into production of 1 kilo of food, it might be water, it can be human effort, it can be power and energy, and the way we waste it. We don't have any measure how much of resources and energy we are wasting. This itself talks about the responsible consumption and production. So there are other issues what was highlighted during the course of this series of webinar, starting from gender equality, empowerment of women, access and good management of essential human well-being like food, water, health, energy. And many of you have highlighted with your projects the realistic set of goals that can be achieved with a specific target in mind and a sustainable development goal that can be contributed. Friends, not to worry. If you have difficulty in financing the sustainable development goal, don't worry. Visit the Scout donation platform. That is where you get an opportunity to raise funds with zero fees to support your sustainable efforts. I know you're all eagerly waiting to ensure that you go ahead and pick up one of the SDGs and contribute to the sustainable development goals. But I would say that you have to involve the stakeholders. It can be a local association, district association, the state association, or your respective local bodies. Make them as the stakeholders into your project. Then you can embark into the next phase of implementation of sustainable development goals. I thank you all for being with us for the last 6 days, listening to us patiently. And if somebody is here only to get a certificate, I would say that that is not a sustainable development in you. We scouts have to make it an habit. The sustainable habits that we develop in our daily life that can go very far ahead in implementing the sustainable development goals. With this, I give you a call also to participate in the upcoming Messengers of Peace conference that is going to happen virtually. You can refer to the circle of the national headquarters and register yourself, and you'll get to know more about the sustainable development goals and its implementation. Allow me to conclude here. I'm a scout. I'm a messenger of peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That is like a very inspiration for us. And I really know, not hope, actually I know all the participants over here are all set to take this SDG webinar in their life as well. So, Kiki, have you heard that planting a small plant can lead you to be a good tree of fruits? So, yeah, literally like we did in our the World Environmental Day as well. So with that, जब हम पौधा लगाते हैं तो उसको ध्यान रखते हैं, उसको पानी देते हैं, उसकी देखभाल करते हैं ताकि वो आगे जाकर एक बड़ा वृक्ष बने जिसे हमें हवा मिले, फल मिले और छांव मिले. उसी तरीके से आज इस ग्रैंड डे ऑफ एसडीजी के पे हम एक एसडीजी प्लांट करने जा रहे हैं, यानी कि एक पौधा एसडीजी के नाम पे प्लांट करने जा रहे हैं, जिसको जो एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव होगा हमारे फ्यूचर प्लान्स को, फ्यूचर एसडीजी गोल्स का, और बहुत ही एक कह सकते हैं कि एक ज्ञान रूपी वृक्ष बनेगा. तो इसके लिए मैं अपनी आईटी टीम को रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगी कि प्लीज इस प्रोग्राम को आगे ले जाएं और कैसे एसडीजी प्लांट हमारे बीच आ रहा है उसको रिप्रेजेंट करें. थैंक यू आईटी टीम, ओवर टू यू. Thank you, team. Thank you, Director Sir, for planting the tree and letting and motivating us. Now, moving forward, there are no shortcuts to any place. Worth going where you made a difference. Again, and thank you, sir, for motivating us with your words today and highlighting the purpose of sustainable development goals, and also letting us know that this is not the end of the journey. This is the starting of a new journey.
Exactly. Thank you, Shubhangi. And it was such a very innovative, something very new that we have done on screen this time. And with that, I hope with the example set by our director, all our participants will look forward to do something new, do something innovative in the days to come. Appreciation and valuing each other can make one's day. It can even change a life and the life of others. We have to value and appreciate each other. May I now take the privilege of inviting our own very Deputy Director Boy Program of the Bharat Scouts Night India, Sir Arup Sarkar, to come on screen and say something on this outstanding award of BSG and SDGs.
Yes, a very good evening to all of you. Now I am going to present, rather it's an informative session to all of you, that Bharat Scouts and Guides is recently launched one program for Scouts Guides uh, that is Outstanding Award. I just want to share what is that Outstanding Award and what you have to do on that so that Scouts and Guides, they can participate in this. Just a minute. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Bharat Scouts and Guides launch first outstanding scout guide of the Bharat Scouts and Guides Award. So this is circular number 100/2020, which is issued on 24th of July 2020. What we are supposed to do with this, I just share with you. This is first outstanding award to give due recognition to our Scouts and Guides who best epitomize good moral character, have maintained academic excellence, and demonstrate sterling qualities of leadership in institute and community. So both the things we have to do for this outstanding award. One is in your academic and as well as your scouting guiding qualities. So the Scout Guide age between 14 to 17 years on the last date of the nomination should be at least Rajya Puraskar Scout or Rajya Puraskar Guide. They can participate in this event. And the competition will be conducted at district level, state level, regional level, and then come into national level. So the selection of unit and institution level is also encouraged for greater involvement of more Scouts and Guides. There will be a selection committee at all levels. So a maximum of 6 Scouts and 6 Guides will be selected at national level and declared as outstanding Scouts Guides of the Bharat Scouts and Guides. That means national headquarters is going to recognize 6 Scouts and 6 Guides for this outstanding award. So there are 3 stages at national level. So non-scouting component, in non-scouting component, academic performance, institutional and community service, for which we are giving 20% marks for these for non-scouting component. For scouting guiding component, accomplishment of Scouts Guides as a Scout Guide, what is your achievement, your progress, your service, and your social network as well as your community service, you are calculated. For that, we are giving 40% of marks. And then interview, live interview, that is, we have 40% of marks. So altogether, it is 100%. For non-scouting component, it is 20%, scouting guiding component, 40%, and in interview, we have given 40%. So these are the things. What you get, plaque and medallion will be awarded to the regional winners. Those who have win in their regional level, they will give plaque and medallion. And at national level, winners of the outstanding Scout Guide of the Bharat Scouts and Guides will receive trophy, medal, and plaque. So deadline of submission of documents of the state level winners for the regional selections is 5th August 2021 for this year. So I request all the district level officers and state level officers, those who have present here, please forward your application. I hope that in the meantime you go through that process and already you select your best candidate from your state. So I request all the state officials and district officials, please forward your winner's name at regional headquarters by 5th of August. So this is one of the platform where you can do lot of community service. And in that community service, you can connect with the SDGs. So as we all know that different 17 SDGs areas are there where we can work. So as a community leader, as a community member, as a scout guide or as a rover ranger, you can definitely work for SDG and you can connect this outstanding award and SDGs together. So my request to all the young members of the organization, please join us and apply for this outstanding award. So this is the thing I just want to inform to all of you. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Shubhangi, just a second. If I may add one point to what our Deputy Director Boy Program, Mr. Arup Sarkar, conveyed right now. Friends, you all have to remember the best outstanding scout for this year will be nominated for the Asia Pacific Region Outstanding Scout Award, which is upcoming next year. So you all can take it very seriously, not to put yourself in front, but this is an opportunity for you all to put the Bharat Scouts and Guides ahead and represent and raise the flag of BSDI in the upcoming APR Outstanding Scout Award contest that will happen in Taiwan, February 2022. Thank you. And sorry for jumping in.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Both of our respected sir. This is actually a great honor to hear you, to get motivated by you, and to get so much knowledge by you. So moving forward, now it's time to call. It's my humble opportunity to welcome a very spirited trainer and a leader with an outstanding fountain of knowledge and inspiration to many of us. I heartily welcome to respected PGR Sinhu sir, Secretary General, President Indian Council, BSG India and State Chief Commissioner Karnataka. We welcome you, sir, and I request you to please bless the webinar I'm a Global Citizen, a series of webinar on SDG, as well as I would like to request you to please launch our new website of BSG. Sir, the screen is yours. Thank you.
My dear youngsters from different parts of the country, our National Director, Sri Rajkumar Kaushik ji, my great friend, our International Deputy Commissioner, Mr. Madhusudan Avala, and Mr. Analendra Sharma, and other office bearers of the National Headquarters, and friends. I consider that as my privilege to launch this new website by our youth committee. I wish all the best to this new website. I am sure the new website, which is going to be launched from today, will be the most effective website, most informative website for our youngsters, not only in India, outside India also. I have heard for the last 1 hour the various activities, the various opinions by our youngsters of our country. This is a very good concept. I am a global citizen. I am a global citizen what? Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. All the people on this planet should be happy. That has been the Indianness. That has been not only our preaching, our practices. We have always been global citizens. We want peace in our neighboring countries. We want peace in our own country. We want peace all over the world. Not only to the human beings, but to the animals, to the birds, to the environmental, to the water, to the earth. Everything should be sustainable. That is the reason that has been termed, I think, as I am a global citizen. I was present on the other day when the Honorable Education Minister of Assam was also present and he inaugurated this webinar. I was very happy to know that more than 500 rovers and rangers from different parts of the country have participated in this webinar. I am very happy about it. The Honorable Education Minister has also promised that he is a farmer scout and he will do everything possible in the north, in Assam and also in northeastern part of our country. That part of our country is very, very important for us. A lot of calamities take place frequently. Lot of dramatic changes in the climate all over the year. And we have to, if this country has to prosper, then that region has to prosper. I am very happy that Mr. Analendra Sharma and the team, they are doing their best to strengthen Bharat Scouts and Guides in that part of the country. It is necessary, be from the south, be from the west, be from the north, we go to northeastern states and know their culture, know their traditions, and know their values of life, which is very, very important. They are very nearer to Himalayas. They are very nearer to Brahmaputra and Ganges, the great rivers of the world. I am very happy that this part of the country, Bharat Scouts and Guide is growing. If the COVID were not to be there, perhaps I would have come and I would have enjoyed the beautiful places of your region. Anyway, friends, I would not like to take much time because sufficient for the last 7 days we have discussed about the Sustainable Development Goals. Mr. Madhusudan Avala, who is an intellectual and one of the great organizers of our country in Scouts and Guides, has been on all our national and international panels. We have a very good team of persons. Our Rajkumar Kaushik, our director, beloved director, most efficient man, our Krishna Swami, one of the best trainers, and our person Darshana Pawarji, Machammaji, they are all very great trained persons. And we have most lovely personality, Mr. Kandelwal as our Chief National Commissioner, and the most experienced one, Mr. Kali, as our Additional Chief National Commissioner. Now it is our duty to see that whatever you have heard, as Madhusudan Avala said, we should try to practice them. In the daily life, no point in attending the webinar and taking a certificate and going. We should all practice. That should be our motto. And the time is not going to be like earlier. It is going to change. We have to know the past. The past 100 years, there has never been such a bad situation. And I pray God that in future also we don't get this kind. Presently, after the corona, there is going to be a oceanal change in the field of in all walks of life in the country, there is going to be a oceanal change. We should be prepared to accept them. And we have to work. We have to work together. Unity should be our strength. And our motto is to make everybody as global citizens. If everybody has to be global citizens, we should be ready to accept the changes. I am sure as trained youngsters, For 6 days attending this webinar is not an easy task. You must have prepared some notes. All those notes you go on revising. You will learn everything and you will try to implement. I congratulate the national headquarters, Mr. Kaushik and all his colleagues for successfully launching this 7 days webinar. I think this is the seminar or a webinar which a large number of youngsters have participated. Number two, I would like to specially compliment Mr. Anilendra Sharma for his efforts. We have very talented people in the Scout headquarters. It has to be channelized properly. Then only we can do something in the field. Whatever during the pandemic period, the services we have done, I am saying that it is really good services we have made, whether it is preparing masks or doing service to the needy people, distributing food packets, and then going to the help of the needy people, working for the vaccination drive, and so many things. Our boys and girls throughout the country, Rows and Rangers are doing a great job. Our teachers are doing a great job. We have to double it up. That is not enough, according to me. We can do much more. If we mind, we can do much more. 500 youngsters with one mind, one heart, if we work together, then we can change. If not India, we can change at least Bharat Scouts and Guides. We can take it to a much bigger height. This is what is required. I am sure during this corona period, pandemic period, the only way out for us is only through service. Bharat Scouts and Guides has to grow. Service is the growth. To do service, people will accept us. Parents, teachers, educational institutions, everybody will approach us. The only mantra for all of us should be service, service, service. With this, I am grateful to Mr. Sharma, Mr. Kaushik Bhai, and other senior leaders who are present in this webinar for giving me a great opportunity to interact with the youngsters who are the hope of this country. You are all the hope of this country. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Jai Scouting.
Thank you so much, sir. Your blessings work as an like vitamin protein for us. So, sir, as you have said, Ollie, that the past will remain the past, but the future can be developed. So with this word of yours, I would like to invite our very respected Jitesh Seth, sir, to tell us that how the technology is going to introduce in our BSG life. Jitesh, sir, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Shivangi. And I hope that my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. Respected Secretary General and my State Chief Commissioner, Shri PGR Sindhya ji, respected Director, Shri Rajkumar Kaushik ji, my dear friend, Mr. Madhusudan, who is the Deputy International Commissioner, Mr. Anilendra Sharma ji, who's leading this entire event, Ms. Darshana Pavaskar, who's leading the IT area, the IT team, and my dear friends. I would want to share a quick view on the new website and the intent and the plan going forward. So I'm not taking much. Let me just get onto the business. So we have been discussing over the past 6 days in terms of the various projects. What are the areas that we are working on? What are the areas we could work and how it relates to the SDG? If we have understood, there is one key area or aspect that is important in connecting all of us. A common platform to communicate, a common platform to educate, and a common platform to collaborate, which helps us gain and fulfill all the gaps that we might be seeing around. Hence, To fulfill that gap, IT team is striving to make sure that they bring in the necessary updates in the latest day technology and ensure that all the information is available at your fingertips. To make this happen, the new website that's being designed make sure that all the information that you're looking for is available at your fingertips. Next, any information related to the upcoming events, its details like the date, venue, who can participate, and so on, is made available, followed by downloadable circulars. Many a times it so happens that by the time a circular reaches the end goal, it takes too much of a time and you might have missed out on the last date. But now it's at your fingertips. Any circular you are able to access, download, view the content, and make sure that through the right channel, you are able to participate. Social media has been one of the greatest influencers in current day trend. Now, BSG is nowhere lacking. We at BSG are making sure that all the available platforms are efficiently used. To be honest, even right now, while we are having this webinar, it's webcasted on YouTube. However, there is a possibility that you might have to switch between websites and so on to visit a particular area. But the current day website consolidates and it's a one-point view for you to visit on any of the webinar. Last but not the least, as part of phase 1 that's going up, the online youth management system, which we have discussed in a little detail, is now integrated with the new website. So through this website, you will be able to access OIMS, go ahead with registration. And I am very confident that by now you would have reached out to your respective office bearers to make sure that the registrations are taken care of. However, this is part of phase 1, and we are going to go further to bring in a collaborative platform, which will make our lives much easier. What's that? An online learning portal. Although we already have beginners course available online, we intend to extend it further for adult leaders. And similarly, we should shortly see the e-learning activities, not just for adult leaders, but the youths and the young as well. The camping information, where, who, when, how, and what are the do's and don'ts, what are the areas of trekking, what are the areas for rappelling, rock climbing, what are the areas for river rafting. So this information will be consolidated in a given arena. However, we really are looking forward to every one of you on this webinar, on this webcast, and out of this webcast who are interested in contributing towards any of these areas to reach out to us. More the merrier. The information that you share is going to help others in terms of references and taking it forward. Connect anytime, anywhere. This feature will allow you to have an interconnectivity amongst yourselves and anyone you would want to reach out to. This is more to facilitate the information challenge that you might have. Say, for instance, I would like to quote a situation here. Around 2 years ago, one of my teammates at work was in a place called Muradabad in the northern part of India. Her father was ailing and was immediately in need of blood. All it took me to do was to reach out to my dear friend and the Joint Director of Scouts, Mr. Amar Chetriji, and he arranged for the blood within 1 hour of time. So this 1 hour I'm talking is the point when I was told of the requirement to the point the blood was arranged and the patient was saved, right? So thanks for that. But the point here is we got to create enormous connectivity amongst ourselves, not just only for such situations, but also any given topic that one may want to look for. Most importantly, we as a team will have to look forward to a bigger SDG goal, which will bring our country to the next level, driven by the youth. And those youth should be none other than from the Bharat Scouts and Guides. So that's about connect anytime, anywhere. The digital library. enormous number of books, most of them written by our founder, Lord Baden-Powell. Possibly we might not have been able to have access to it, but we intend to bring it in the form of digital library. Digitization is the way forward, and it is an institution which would eliminate the waste of paper. And why not make it accessible to everyone? Today, smartphones are the most common device we use. And yes, this digital library will be possible to be accessed through your smartphones. Last but not the least, a chatbot which would answer your queries, which would have the artificial intelligence to make sure that any content that you're looking for is made available to you. So this is all about the website at this point of time, but the IT infrastructure doesn't stop there. They are going great wings and going forward, and you surely got to look forward to the BSG mobile app, which is going to bring the entire suite onto your smartphone, making it really accessible. So with this, I would like to have the acknowledgements put forward to the entire team led by our President, Shri Anil Kumar Jain. And I hope that our IT team is going to go great guns and reaching out to every individual soon. With this, I thank you for this opportunity and must say, together we can and we will win. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Honorable Scindia sir, for wonderfully blessing us at the same time, wishing all the good lucks for the launch of our website. Thank you, Jitesh sir, for coolly and calmly and very nicely explaining about the new website. With this new website, we'll get the new generations of BHC will get a new insight into the new modern era of scouting and guiding. Thank you. And thank you, IT team, for playing the video for us. Everyone is excited to take part in the quiz of our webinar. And like any other quiz, this is a very interesting quiz. Again, the quiz is like an icing on the cake. The quiz is like the taste of all the webinars. This is the part where all of us gets refreshed, excited, and reboosted on our knowledge on the webinars which we have attended for the past few days. While preparing for this quiz, I would like to give a gentle reminder to everyone present here on the webinar, as well as watching live on YouTube, that the feedback form links are being already shared with you. These feedback link forms are to be submitted before 15 June. 15 June is the last date for all the participants to submit your report through the link provided to you. No reports will be accepted in the form of WhatsApp, PDF format, or whatever formats you come up with. It will be accepted only and only through the feedback link given to you, shared to you. Now, friends, I hope all of you are now ready with the quiz. Get ready with your mobile phones, your computers. Let's make this quiz more interesting. Enjoy the questions and answers and learn through these funds. May I call upon Priyanka and Satyajit to take over the quiz.
Thank you so much, Mr. KK, for taking us all to the day last of the SDG seminar quiz. Hello, friends. It's time for a quick catch up that how far we have gained our knowledge from these all 7 days session with a fantastic mode of fun that is quiz. And to boost your brain power and learnings with this amazing mode, I have Mr. Satyajit, quiz master, along with me. So in the comment section below, from the beginning of the session, I can see the excitement of our viewers. But before moving to the new quiz, here's an announcement. Tring trong. And let's all congratulate our yesterday's quiz winner of the day 6. And with this, dear participants, I would also like to say that competition is not about the winning, but it is all about the participating. As one who participates, have new learnings, which leads to the self-betterment. And that is the actual key to success. So never stop learning and participate in the journey. With this, I would like to share our yesterday's quiz winner. As our yesterday's quiz winner, let's us all congratulate this winner of the day 6, Mr. Shashank Dwarkanath Mulki from State Karnataka District, Bangalore South. Hearty congratulations that you have led 2 days, day 1 and day 6. With this, I wish all our today's participants the very best for today's last quiz. So don't move anywhere now and get stuck to your screens. Concentrate on the questions asked, follow the instructions and log in. So here's a gentle reminder to all with the instructions. सभी प्रतिभागियों से दरख्वास्त है कि जल्दी से www.slido.com पर जाकर स्वयं को पंजीकृत करें. Go to the www.slido.com, enter the code #BSG4SDG7. Participants need to join the quiz with a username which should be of the 10-digit mobile number. The mobile number will be used to identify the participants, and the winner will be declared on the day of the webinar, that is today or after. And the winner will be recognized by the national headquarters. Let's move to the instructions in Hindi now. सभी से दरख्वास्त है कि www.slido.com पर जाएं और स्वयं को पंजीकृत करें, कोड दर्ज करें #BSG4SDG7. प्रतिभागियों को 10 अंकों के मोबाइल नंबर के साथ जुड़ना होगा. प्रतिभागी की पहचान के लिए मोबाइल नंबर का उपयोग किया जाएगा वेबिनार के अंत में, यानी कि या तो आज या फिर कल एक विजेता की घोषणा की जाएगी. विजेता को राष्ट्रीय मुख्यालय द्वारा मान्यता दी जाएगी. Friends, today the questions will be 6 with options 4. Choose your appropriate choice and rock today's winner's floor. So with this boosting code, we are providing you another couple of minutes for joining who haven't joined themselves on the slido.com. So please, I request everyone, all our viewers, to come and join on the slido.com and be a part of today's quiz. So here we can see the number of participants who have joined till now is 332. So you can just go and scan the code shown on your screen, or either you can just go to your comment section box and check out the link of the slido.com. Just go and log in yourself on the slido.com. मैं सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि कृपया दिए गए कोड को स्कैन करें, slido.com पर जाएं और जो कोड आपकी स्क्रीन पर आपको दिख रहा है #BSG4 SDG7 के साथ स्वयं को पंजीकृत करें और आज के प्रतिभागी के रूप में आप एक विजेता का अवसर पाएं. So now we can see the participants are increasing. That is now 350 participants have joined till now. Wow, that's really great that you people are taking so much excitement and so much you are excited for today's quiz, as it is the last quiz. So I don't want anyone to miss today's quiz. It's 354. The participants are increasing. I request everyone to please join it as soon as possible. Otherwise, the link will get off soon. So we are providing you another couple of minutes to join. We can see a lot of participants have joined themselves and the participant count is now 359. Come up. This is the best mode to represent yourself, to check your knowledge and to exercise your brain power. So come up with the more number. Now the count is the 362. Great. That is fantastic that you people are joining. You are taking so much interest in this quiz and you are waiting. I knew this thing from the beginning of the session. So be a participant, be a competitor and be a winner of today's quiz. The total count can be seen is the 367. We are providing you another minute to please join in fast.
We should go a little fast so we can start it.
So here we are just closing the link and we can see the first question on our screen. So please join in fast. We are just closing the link. So here the first question, how many million children in the world under 5 years of age are stunted? दुनिया में 5 साल से कम उम्र के कितने मिलियन बच्चे अविकसित हैं? A option 99, B 113, C 100, D 144. कृपया अपने आंसर को जल्दी से चूज करिए. Please choose your appropriate option according to you. And the time is up. We can see the results, opinions of our friends. Most of the people have gone for the B option. Let's check it out, the correct answer. The correct option is D, that is 144. It's okay, friends. It's time to learn. Let's learn it. Moving to the next question.
Well, the purpose of SDG is 2. इनमें से कौन सा SDG का उद्देश्य है? Creating 17 goals, help humans to live sustainably, engage millions of people to work for it. None of this. You have only 18 seconds left on your screen. The purpose of the SDG is to select the best option. 8 more seconds to go. All right, we are done. Let's see the poll. Okay, so 50% said help humans to live sustainably. Let's check the correct answer. All right, that's the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question.
Which organization is a partner and a supporter of Scouts for SDGs? कौन सा संगठन Scouts for SDG का भागीदार और समर्थक है? A option United Nations, B UNICEF, C UNESCO, and D all of the above. As in all the three options, United is very much common, so it's going to be a little bit tricky for you. Let's see how much attentively you have took our all sessions. If you have really attentive in our sessions, you can answer this very nicely and the time is going to up. So please register your answer fast and the time is up. Please show us the results on the screen. Most of the people have said all of the above. Let's check it out the answer. Okay, so congratulations, 66%, and moving to the next.
In the early book of 1908, Lord Baden-Powell covered all that we discussed as SDG in the Campfire Yarns. 1908 में की प्रारंभिक पुस्तक में लॉर्ड बैडन-पावेल ने कैंपफायर यार्न में एसडीजी के रूप में चर्चा की गई सभी चीजों को शामिल किया. ट्रू या फॉल्स? You have only 10 more seconds. Okay, so 87% says cruise. Let's check the correct answer. Yes, it is. Let's move on to the next question.
Proficiency badges, yoga, hospital man, and healthy men are related to which SDG? प्रवीणता बैच योगा हॉस्पिटल मैन और हेल्दी मैन किस एसडीजी से संबंधित है? क्लीन वाटर एंड सैनिटेशन, बी लाइफ ऑन लैंड, सी क्वालिटी एजुकेशन, डी गुड हेल्थ एंड वेल बीइंग। तो देखते हैं कि किसका व्यूज को ज्यादा यहाँ पे मान्यता मिलती है। आप अपने अपने अकॉर्डिंग प्लीज अपने व्यूज को यहाँ पे रखिए। हम देख सकते हैं कि काफी जने यहाँ पर कमेंट सेक्शन में भी अपना जवाब को दे रहे हैं। एंड द टाइम इज गोइंग टू अप, प्लीज रजिस्टर योर आंसर फास्ट। एंड हियर वी हैव द रिजल्ट्स। So most of the people have said for the D option. Let's check it out whether it's correct or not. Congratulations, 94%. It's good health and well-being. Moving to the next.
Okay, this is the last question of the webinar. Identify this SDG. Is SDG ko pehchane? Which SDG does it signifies? You have 20 more seconds to go. Choose the correct option. And this is the last question of this webinar. Okay, you have only 8 more seconds to go. All right, let's see the poll. So most of the 80% has answered partnership for the goals. Let's see the correct answer. Yes, it is partnership for the goals. That is goal number 17. Let's see the leaderboard and the winner for today's quiz. Okay, congratulations, Shashank. Again, this is the third time in a row that Shashank Dwarkanath Murki from Karnataka State, Bangalore South District has won for day 7. He has also won for day 2, day 6, and day 7. So 3 times in a row in this webinar. Congratulations, Shashank. Thank you very much. So on behalf of Team BSG for SDG, I congratulate all the winners of all the 7 days. I also thank all the participants who has taken active participation in the quiz. And before that, by taking the initiative of registering for this webinar, you yourselves are winner by registering for the webinar. I would also like to thank my team, that is Mr. Ratan Roy, unit leader from Assam, Mr. KK from Nagaland, Miss Priyanka Prajapat from Rajasthan. Thank you once again. Have a good time. Bye. Over to the MC.
Thank you, Satyajit and Priyanka, for organizing the quiz for the participants to understand their takeaway from the session. And I really want to congratulate each and every participant who participate in this quiz. As he said that everyone who registered themselves in the quiz, it itself a winner. Exactly. So getting into a competition is a part of learning. So a very congratulate and a very great congratulations to Mr. Shashank to winning up in a 3 next rows. So moving ahead and taking to the next level, I would like to invite our respected director, sir, Mr. Rajkumar Kaushik, sir, to please give us a remark for the webinar.
Thank you very much, Shivangi. First of all, congratulations to all the team of organizer and as well as all the participants. Respected Sindhya Saab, Amelia Fair Madam, Mr. Jitesh, Mr. Madhu, and all my colleagues. Definitely, all of you have learned so many things during the 7 days of webinar on SDG. I want to have some appeal before you, before I say something about this webinar, that when you people have learned about the SDG, so why not we can start some new project in the future, which is really very much required for our country and as well as for our community also. That is number one is meals bank. That is for your hunger SDG. So we can have meals bank in our area. We can collect the balanced meals from home or from the restaurant, and we can distribute it to the needy people. Then another is very much required is the medicine bank. I think we can start a medicine bank so that many people, after when they will have the balance of the medicine, they are throwing it. So I think we can start this medicine bank also. Then the third one is book bank. You might have seen many poor children who are studying in the school are not able to buy the books. So why not we can collect books and we can provide to those needy students. And the next is environment. As all of you know that now environment warning, global warning is there for the pollution, because of the pollution and other things. So let us have the pledge for tree plantation, that each one should plant at least one. So the project name can be declared at each one plant one. So we can start this. And then very important issue, which is related to now today's situation, pandemic COVID-19. Now we have already appealed through Facebook of the working guides that now you see the villagers, they are not ready to go for the vaccination. So I request all my rover rangers and the young leaders, please see that we should start our work in the villages to motivate the villagers and to remove their fear, what they are having in regard to the vaccination. So that is, these are the main 5 issues which I appeal all of you to please start. Then in regard to the website is concerned, already Mr. Jitesh has informed you. And really, we are very proud to have Mr. Jitesh and Mr. Madhu Avala as our deputy commissioners at different rank. Madhu is deputy international commissioner, and Mr. Jitesh is deputy national commissioner for rovers. And Mr. Jitesh has taken over the IT team of the development of the IT team. He has already told about the mobile application. Now very soon you will get the mobile application, which will be launched in 3 phases. That will be informed in due course. And because of Mr. Madhu Avala, all these webinars we are conducting under his guidance and under the leadership of Dashna Pavaskar and Mr. Amar Chetri. And all our deputy directors and assistant directors, they are working day and night with the IT team, only to provide the activity to the youth. Now, in regard to the youth is concerned, all of you know very well that now National Youth Committee is working very speedily, and now more than 50% program on virtual is now managed by the National Youth Committee. And because of that only, our Chief National Commissioner this time has given a 50% sponsorship to the participant of the World Scout Conference and the Youth Forum in the Scout Wing, and 100% sponsorship has been given to the Guide Wing participant in the WAX conference. And not only that, regarding the youth representative also, you will be very happy to know that in Guide Wing, 60% of the participation in the WAX conference will be from the youth, 60%, and 40% in the Voja. So now the next is, you will be very happy that now advancement program, not only the just for the knowledge and other things, the advancement program from Pravesh to Rashtrapati will also be very soon going to be started.
Sir, please unmute yourself. Sir, please unmute yourself.
So from Pravesh to Rashtrapati, advancement training will be provided through virtual platform during this pandemic, so that our youth should not have any difficulty to learn about the different skills. And regarding the YouTube and other things, it is my humble request to all of you, if you kindly go through the YouTube, only 22,000 something is the subscriber now at present today. So unless otherwise you people will go and subscribe and see our YouTube, then how it will be promoted? We cannot promote it. We are having a lakhs of members. Even if Rover Ranger census, we will see it is more than 6 lakhs. So if out of 6 lakhs, we will take only Rover Rangers only. Our subscribers are only 22,000. So it is my humble request to all of you that all of you should subscribe to the YouTube and also motivate your other friends to subscribe it, and also share the link which is required on Facebook and on Twitter. Regarding the one more special I want to discuss with you all, that very soon now we are working on our own Scout Guide book. It is just like Facebook. We are working on it, and we hope that within 3 or 4 months, we'll be able to launch our own Facebook-like website that will be Scout Guide book. So we are working on it, and I think Mr. Jitesh will take care of that, and we will ensure that by January 2022, we'll be able to start. So thank you very much to all the organizers and respected Sindhya Saab and Amelia Madam, because I have seen both of you are really present for all the duration of the program. And I must give thanks on the behalf of our Chief National Commissioner to both the officials and the other officials also who are not at present available, but they have given a boost to this webinar. And a special thanks to Mr. Jitesh and Mr. Madhu, that because of cooperation from both of you, we are able to manage the whole show. And thanks to my all youth who are giving full support, and they are cooperating with us. And because of you only, we are now surviving. And definitely, I assure you on the behalf of National Quarter that we will not leave any stone in regard to the development of the Rover Rangers and Scout Guide, Kapulpul, and even the unit leaders and the trainers also. And very soon we are going to start a special website for the basic course online. So once again, thank you very much, and thanks to Darshana ji and her team who are managing this all webinars and virtual programs, including Mr. Amar Chetri. And congratulations to Unlength for wonderful management of this 7 days webinar for the SDG. And thanks to all the Master of Ceremonies and quiz masters. A really wonderful quiz you people have online. Thank you once again, and congratulations once again to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Director, sir, for wonderfully addressing the gathering, highlighting us about the updations on what and where, how the BSC is surging ahead. And with those, we are hopeful, and all the participants are hopeful on new goals set ahead of us. Thank you, sir, for addressing the gathering. Well, we have come to the final segment part of the program. It's time for the acknowledgement time, the vote of thanks. May I call on screen our Honorable Executive Director, Sri Krishna Swami, to come and propose the vote of thanks on screen.
Respected PGR Sindhya sir, Secretary General of the President in Council Bharat Scouts and Guides, Madam Amelia Swear, the International Commissioner of Guides, Bharat Scouts and Guides, Sri Rajkumar Kaushik ji, Director, Bharat Scouts and Guides, two young voluntary leaders, the Deputy National Commissioner of Rovers and Deputy International Commissioner of Bharat Scouts and Guides, Jitesh and Madhu, all colleagues at National Headquarters. It's a privilege to thank all those good hearts, those who supported this series of webinar, which is now presented by the youth team for the Bharat Scouts and Guides on the important issue of the Sustainable Development Goals. Sri PGR Cynthia sir was present on the opening day and also today to motivate our young people and to bless us and to launch the newly designed website of the Bharat Scouts and Guides. On behalf of the Bharat Scouts and Guides and the webinar team, I thank Cynthia sir for his presence. Madam Amelia Suer is a staunch supporter of all these activities. She makes her presence in all the webinars, all the programs to motivate young people and also to boost our morals. We thank Madam Suer for her support and her initiatives to bring in more young people to the fold of scouting guiding. We thank both Sri Madhu and Jitesh, those who have been initiating very novel issues for the youth to be involved in the Bharat Scouts and Guides activities and bringing a platform or setting example for other young people why they should work for the Bharat Scouts and Guides and the avenues ahead them. I thank both Madhu and Jitesh ji for their initiative in this webinar and the inputs they have given during this seminar. Director Bharat Scouts and Guides already mentioned that how we have big avenues before us on the SDGs. On behalf of the webinar team, I thank our director Rajkumar Kaushik sir and all the colleagues at the National Headquarters who have been immense support to the youth team for creating such initiatives and presenting it. I thank the key person at the webinar, the Assistant Director of Northeastern Region, Anilendra Sharmaji, and his team, those who took initiatives, planning, reviewing, and constantly working with the team of people to bring in better results. I thank all the panelists who came during all these 6 days, addressed us, all the voluntary leaders, the International Commissioner, Additional Chief National Commissioner, all such good hearts, those who supported the initiative on behalf of the webinar team and on behalf of the Bharat Scouts and Guides National Headquarters. My request to all the young people here, you have heard what Director has told. The National Headquarters initiative could reach only a part of the members of the association. Those who are now aware of this, you please ask others to join our social media network so that whenever we create platforms to Rashtrapati level for the young people and how they can have it, they will not be getting the benefit of it. SDGs have been a part of our daily life. Do everything, just connect it. What SGD do this covers. If you find that there is an opportunity for you to contribute for the sustainable development goals, it may be starting with switching off your lights when they are not in use, tapping, closing the taps of the wastage of food, have that much that you can have and don't throw something to the waste bin. These small initiatives can be directly connected to SDGs, but make it a lifestyle. On behalf of the entire Bharat Scouts and Guides National Headquarters, the volunteers, the professionals, if we have missed anybody's name, it is unintentional. And as we had a lot of people in this webinar, remembering and taking all the names was not possible. On behalf of the team, I thank each one of you for the support that you have given to the Bharat Scouts and Guides in this major event. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words is like a rainbow after the heavy rain, and after the wonderful rain, will be a cold wave that your inspiration and thanks to words provides us. Thank you, sir, for expressing the thanks and gratitude on behalf of the entire BST faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the time for binding up the series of webinar on SDG. I'm a global citizen. If you are a global citizen, do comment in the chat box and do let me know. And yes, please open up your camera for our virtual photo session shoot for this webinar. I request each and every member who is joining with us in this webinar, kindly open up your camera for the virtual photo shoot. By ending with my words, I would like to introduce, I would like to call Mr. KK to take over the session and ask everyone to go for the national anthem.
Okay, thank you, Shubhangi. I hope all the panelists have turned on their videos. This will be a virtual photo session, the final day, final segment, final part of the program of the webinar. Want to see all the faces in the panelists. Sorry, those who are present in YouTube and webinar, but you are not forgotten. So everyone turn on your video and we will have a photo session. It's already been taken. Mr. Abby is busy taking our virtual photos. So thank you, everyone. Now, let us all rise up for the national anthem to wind up our final day of the webinar. I am a global citizen. Shall we all rise up for the national anthem?
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone, once again. Taking these final seconds of the webinar, I would like to thank everyone and congratulate our think tank, the main brain behind the series of webinar, Sri Analendra Sharma, the Assistant Director for Northeastern Region. Congratulations, sir, and congratulations to your team and to all the partakers in this rigorous series of webinar for 7 days. Thank you, everyone. All good things must come to an end. And that good ending must become a happy beginning, a happy start for a new beginning. Hoping everyone who have attended the series of webinar will take up one or the other SDGs in the days to come in their respective environment so that we can all contribute to the greater cause of humankind as a global citizen. I am a global citizen and so are you. So stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and don't forget to smile all the while during this pandemic. Jai Bharat Scouts and Guides. I am Kekesi Lutenyo from Nagaland. I am a scout. I am a messenger of peace, signing off for all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Please stay safe and healthy. And don't forget that I am a global citizen too.